It is time to begin this episode of the Player 4 podcast.
Alright, that was a good start. Okay, I don't have to do it now.
That was a great intro.
You know,
Why did we
I
stop?
took care of it for you. It's all good.
I know. But you need to announce who you are.
Oh, you're right about that. Okay, well, for those of you who've forgotten since last week, I am Tristan, aka Shagwazir on the Rooster Teeth website.
I am Alex, aka Chaos Black 21.
And I'm Joseph, aka J Dunlap.
What?
Welcome to our monthly live stream / call-in episode. We already have a lively crew in the chat. We're talking about Austin and 183 for some reason. But yes, if you want to join us at any point, all you have to do is add Player 4 Podcast on Skype, but the next part of the instructions is actually to send us a message, because we are not going to just accept your call. Do not call us, Andres. You need to send us a message, because we can get you in our next earliest convenience.
Don't blame Andres. It's Alex's fault. It's all Alex's fault.
It was also Joe's fault. He liked the things. He didn't actually go and change them or alter them.
I made some posts today that had very clear instructions.
His liking.
Liking is not endorsing, Alex.
His liking is akin to a scent. He endorsed you with his like.
Yeah, liking is essentially endorsing. Like, yes, this is correct.
No.
I have checked all of the information contained herein.
Okay. Do we have someone that we want to bring in?
Because now look at all these people we've upset. We do. I know that Pedro already tried to call me. So he's ready and raring to go. So I'm going to add him to the call. He'll be our first guest this week. Everybody please welcome Pedro Andres Escalante!
Heyo! Did he answer?
Heyo!
He's there!
He did.
How's it going, Andres?
I did answer. It's good, man. I literally, I set an alarm for myself.
Oh, there you go.
We're that important. We got an alarm.
Yeah, you guys were important enough to get an alarm. Because I didn't get to come on the live show last time, I think.
Oh, no.
That's
Well,
so
now you're
sweet.
here. We'll make up for lost time.
Pedro, you're not making us go to break this into 2 parts, okay?
I'm good at that.
I'll just cut a lot
There's
of
one
stuff.
thing I'm good at on your podcast, it's making it go hella long.
That's what she said.
Oh my gosh.
All right,
Okay.
I have a question. Has anything changed with the comic book since last we talked?
Story-wise, yeah.
All right, that's good.
Got a lot of new things that I've got going on with it. I mean, the worst part is that, like, yeah, absolutely, things have changed. You know, characters have been created. All this other stuff has happened. Can't talk about any of it.
I just want to know my character idea got in there somehow.
Listen,
Oh my gosh.
there are just way too many character ideas. I had someone the other day who was like, listen, I need you to just kill me. And I was like, what?
We talked about this on a podcast. It's not something I want to do or discuss doing.
Like, he was so adamant. He was like, no, you don't understand. Just, like, I want to be killed in your comic. And I was like, no, you don't get it. I'm not doing that, because if you die in real life, I'm going to feel bad.
I'm going to know it was my fault.
Especially if it was
him.
the exact way that he died in the comic.
Tell him if you die in the comic, you die in real life because your mind makes it real.
That's what I told him, and then he was like, but can you think of a, like, less nobler way to die? Or a more nobler way to die? And I was like, well, makes sense.
More
I
nobler.
died for this comic. More nobler.
And nobler more.
There you go. Well, he would be nobler more. He'd be dead.
Oh.
Ew. Boo.
Oh.
So we got the comic
I feel
book stuff
like
out of the way.
Barbara now.
I want to bring something up before we move on to the topic that Alex has wanted to talk about and not wanted to talk about on and off for like the past 2 weeks.
For like months, you mean?
Yeah. I've been wanting to talk about Marvel, and I know we're going to table Marvel until maybe next week. It just depends on what Shoban wants to talk about, because Shoban's going to be on next week.
All right.
But Marvel Civil
That guy.
War just had a trailer that came out.
Which we didn't watch.
You
I
didn't
didn't watch
watch
it
it?
yet.
What's wrong with you?
How have
Well-
y'all not watched it?
What's wrong with us, Joseph? I was over at your place. We could have watched it together. I suggested we watch it together, and what didn't we do?
That's a good
You
point.
were playing Soul Calibur until the moment you left.
It's true. That's a really fun game, and I was playing with your wife, so she's pretty good at it.
You played with both of us, but mostly we watched you play.
This is starting to sound dirty.
We
It
watched you
did. I
play
didn't
with
want to say anything. I was
yourself.
like, wait a second.
Oh, right.
Oh God,
I don't know. Was he playing with the female character?
he made me.
Okay, well, what happened was he did the story mode.
Is it Ivy a character on there?
Well, yes, he did some Ivy, but mostly it was Nightmare. And he was doing story mode in Soul Calibur 2. And then I busted out Soul Calibur 5. And then I made him play all of my custom characters. Most of them were girls, because I'm like Jack, I guess. But mostly I started him off with Mr. Bigglesworth.
Who's like a dude in a cat suit with a monocle. And he uses Soul of Ivy, so he's really prancy.
Okay, here's my thing. I usually choose a guy, but there's some games where I'm like, okay, it's in third person or something. I know I'm going to be just looking at this character the whole entire time. I want something to look at, so I'm going to choose a girl.
I know a lot of people who think that way. I always still choose a guy, even in third-player games. Third-person guy.
It was interesting because for Tristan and me, both of us, Nightmare is our jam.
It's true.
I barely play Soul Calibur. I've only played it a couple times. When I do, it's usually Nightmare because he looks awesome.
All right, Team Nightmare. What about you, Andres? Don't say Raphael. You're out of this call.
I don't play Soul Calibur because I suck at fighting games.
What?
Oh, I suck at fighting games. That's why I really played.
I can respect that.
The only fighting game that I'm relatively good at, and good is a stretch, is Injustice, the DC fighting game.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I know that one.
Being able to move
because I've learned the button combinations for Green Arrow, and that's it.
Oh, I like Green Arrow. He's one of my favorites in the Justice League.
I like that you can move from stage to stage in that game.
Oh, that's like one of my favorite parts, is just knocking someone into like a different part of the stage.
Ooh, I gotta try that game. Sounds like fun.
Oh yeah, you should try.
It's dope, man. You can get like the Game of the Year edition for like $40 now.
Yeah. Nice. Also check out Conan O'Brien's Clueless Gamer, where he does that game, and they make his own character for him.
Oh yeah, the one that he had on. God, he actually appeared on an episode of Young Justice.
That's so awesome.
Well, I'm not sure if it appeared on the official episode, but they did play a scene on Conan O'Brien from the animators cut together a clip from the show where he came in and he voiced his character, and his character had like a high-lie, basket on one hand and like a cooking mitt on his other hand that was constantly smoldering. And he had like a big C on his chest.
Yeah, he was the flaming C. That was his
some kind of like night vision goggles or something. He was the big C, and he was trying to talk to like Superboy and Robin and those guys, Aqualad,
and Wonder Boy and Young Nasty Man.
Oh, he had like a pager or something on his hip.
So I guess we can't talk Marvel Civil War because Alex hasn't downloaded the DLC for it yet.
The DLC?
Wait, what?
Reference to last week.
I got it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Wait, what DLC?
I'm making a reference to whenever you get a game and then you have to download everything for it and we can't talk about it. So we have to wait for you to download the Marvel Civil War trailer.
Hey, I have been able to play Fallout 4 even without downloading the update, so that could be dropped.
Mass Halo Gear's disappointed in you.
Thanks, Stuart. Thank you.
Anyway.
Stu is cool, man. I miss that dude. I haven't talked to him in a while.
Andres, why don't you and I talk about the trailer because it was awesome, right?
It was dope. I got to see Black Panther, and then I was just like, yes.
And that one part where, everyone
his
died.
Eyes look weird. That's what I was going to say.
Oh, man, that's great.
I didn't hear what happened. What happened?
We lost Alex. Is what happened.
He's a hyena face.
It's all over. It's episode 41 all over again. Or episode 40 all over again.
Yeah, you know that once we do the not live version of this, I'm putting the hyenas back in.
Go ahead, Joe. You go first, then Andres can go.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I was just saying, it was a great trailer because, it's the part where everyone dies, and then, Iron Man ends up being a girl. You remember all that, Andres? It was pretty awesome.
I know what you're going for here, and I'm not going to do that to you.
I know what he's doing, but I expected it.
He's talking mad shite out of his butt, and I was just like,
figured.
That's
when he
where
said
it comes
Iron
from.
Man turned into a girl, I'm like, yep, that's definitely fake.
That's Joseph.
It was a fan fiction.
To talk about one thing from the trailer, which, I mean, you're going to see it anyways eventually, and it doesn't really give away anything because everyone already knows it's Civil War, so it's Tony and Steve Rogers fighting each other.
Booyah.
Like Steve Rogers is like, "I'm sorry, Tony. If I had any other choice, I would." But he says he's my friend, and he's talking about Bucky, and then Tony just looks at him and he says, "I was too," and I was like, "Feels."
Yeah, all the feels.
They were best buddies too.
He has this face like all these turns of events are leading me to this point where I have to fight my friend, and he doesn't even give a crap about me anymore.
Yeah, it's like just that moment where you're just like, "Oh wow, Steve has completely abandoned him," and it's beautiful, and I love it.
I think it's going to be great because, they've been pulling, over the last several years while they've been making the different Marvel movies, they've really been pulling in some great actors to play these roles.
Absolutely.
I loved Avengers 2, and I think this is going to top it.
It has to. And that's, like, it's a weird thing to say, like, oh man, this movie has to top that one. It's obvious, like, you'll get people who are, like, cynics and just like, oh, well, yeah, duh. But it's like, no, you don't understand. This movie has to be so good that it has to make me pull my hair out and fall in love with, like, this film at the same time. It's just gotta be amazing. If they screw the film up, which they won't, I have nothing but faith in them, but if they do, by some strange coincidence or by some strange reason, screw the film up, there will be hell to pay from nerds everywhere.
I agree. And also, not only that, but I think it's really cool that we're at the point where Marvel has been consistently topping itself with each progressive film. I don't think you'll find anybody who says, well, the one before this was better. I think everybody can stand there and say, actually, it's as good or better than the previous one. Like, I love both of them, but they really did, like, step it up with the next one in the series or the next one in the, culmination as they were bringing everything together. And I think it's really cool that we can say confidently, yeah, it's going to be better. That Avengers 2 was great, but this one is going to be better.
Oh, yeah.
I still say my favorite is Winter Soldier so far.
It's interesting.
Winter Soldier was amazing.
It's interesting to me, yes, it was.
It's just one of my
that the Iron Man and Captain America stories are the most iconic things going on in the Marvel Avengers sort of franchise. That we have Iron Man 1, which was just huge. And then 2 and 3, not quite so much. They still made money and everything. Then Captain America was just kind of lumped in there with Thor of, oh, this is an obligatory movie. They have to have that to get him in the Avengers, and all of a sudden we get Winter Soldier, and it's just, this is amazing. This is a great movie. And I think it's actually just the difference between Iron Man and Captain America, that we like the introduction of Iron Man, this narcissistic playboy, and then after that we kind of don't really care about his arc after that. But then they introduce Captain America, and we're like, yeah, sure, okay, this super soldier. But all of a sudden, his story arc becomes a lot more interesting. So then now we're a lot more engaged in his story. But they also do this thing where the two of them have a friendship that has always been somewhat uneasy, but unlike any friendship they have with anyone else. And now they're playing off of that in the third Captain America movie and making it come to head, these two polar opposite characters.
Right.
It's awesome.
It is.
I love it. I'm so excited.
Good storytelling.
So, we do have a few guests wanting to be on, so how are we arranging this, Joseph? Do we just be like, get out of here, Andres. Get out of here.
It wouldn't be the first time, honestly. But we should probably just bring in someone now. And thanks for joining us on
it's already been 12 minutes, so...
12 minutes? That's way too long for me to be on this podcast.
I'm sorry, Andres.
Right?
We could not talk about Fallout 4 with you.
I literally was like, hey, you guys want to talk about Fallout 4? And I was like, oh, if I say that, this podcast is done. I'm going to, go for an hour.
You could join us a little bit later on, probably. Or we could just
send me a message.
A special episode about Fallout 4. Who knows?
Uh-huh.
I'm absolutely down.
So,
you guys, thanks for having me on. And,
thanks, man.
I love your faces, all of them.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining us this week.
I can't wait to see your face again.
Oh, boy, stop.
All right, so who's next? Who's next?
See you guys later.
Bye.
See you, Andres.
All right, so we've
gone.
got Stuart. We've got Stuart. We've got Malachi. Who's Hennessy? Who am I talking to? What's going on?
Bring in Stuart so he can talk to us and go to bed.
Sounds good.
Yes.
It's true. It is a lot later in the Britain place. Stuart, come on down.
In the Britain place.
Yeah.
Hello? My name's Stuart.
Hello, Governor.
I like his Skype picture. It's pretty awesome.
It's really nice. He's got, like, the Britain place flag with the rooster teeth.
Yeah, RTUK.
I don't know. It says he's picked up, but I don't... Oh! What was that?
He's a robot. Or a probe.
Maybe...
Is he here?
Was
Is
it...
he here?
Was it the London Underground? Did it just arrive?
We took the Chiswick roundabout.
We're on the channel.
Guys,
Gonna pop over to Paris
holding
for a
a
bit.
truncheon in his hand.
It looks like it's a griff ball, actually.
His truncheon in his hand, and
He's confused. No one can hear him.
Nope, we can't hear you. We are making fun of you.
Oh, he broke his internet. He did. Oh no! He went and broke the internet. He did.
Right, let's save that then. Let's hopefully that works.
Yeah, we hear you now.
I don't have to do my bad British accent anymore.
Oh no, oh dear, no, don't hurt me.
And with that, Stuart's here.
And with that, hello everyone. I was just saying, it sounds like I've just been walking onto a game show. I was like, oh, that's very Price of Right of you. Thank you very much.
I like the Price is Right. All right, so now we've got Stuart. We need to talk about things. What should we talk about? What do you like, Stuart?
I'm going off the Google Doc here. The next thing was actually last Friday when Tristan and I recorded a special, you might call episode of P4, but it was the breaking video about the password leak.
Oh, yes, it's true.
And Adam actually posted a journal this afternoon that was a post-mortem of that. And I wanted to make a note about that before we move on. And Stuart can weigh in if he wants to. There was a journal that Barbara put out last week saying, change your passwords, somebody may have seen your passwords. And then Adam posted a journal today saying that actually, yes, I mean, we did force you all to change your passwords, so do it. But all they viewed was actually staff information, just the cast and crew. And they never looked at your own information. But then he had a few things that we kind of addressed as well in our video, which was, yes, we encrypt our stuff, and yes, you shouldn't have your password the same for every website, and things like that, trying to assuage concerns. So go check that out on Adam's profile on roosterteeth.com/Adam. And how's it going, Stuart?
It's going well. At 1:48 in the morning, I can safely say that I am a little tired, but only because work is so bloody stressful lately that it's like between work and changing up my diet, so I have no real amount of sugar lately. I am mellow but tired.
It's tiring work watching that car park all day, huh?
Oh yeah, and taking everyone's money. Nice throwback reference. I like that. I should just go back and lob a pigskin around. That'll help.
There you go.
What if?
What if your shirt didn't know it was a shirt?
Oh, is that where I've been going wrong? I thought it was my underwear. Okay, my bad.
Oh my god!
I mean, there was 2 sleeves. I could put my legs down. You know, it's very comfortable.
It actually even has an extra hole so that you can use it. You know,
it does.
Go
so I
number 2.
So it's even easier when I need to go piece that up. I just piss directly straight
there
down.
you go. It's better than regular pants.
There you go.
Jeez.
What was that you were
Ladies
saying
and
about going
gentlemen.
downhill, Tristan?
I'm really good at it.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Rooster Teeth is now doing an extra sale in their store. You can go buy a shirt, and if you want, buy a second one. It makes great underwear. Nice and cottony, too.
They will double their sales.
There you go.
I like the heather fabric used.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. People like grapes. People like ball sacks, too. You should go invest in some of that, yeah.
Jesus.
What? Who are yours? Rest them in the lap of luxury.
Stuart Cox.
Oh, yes.
We have
Keeping it classy.
had Stuart on enough.
I didn't so much fall from grace as I did saunter gently downward.
So, Stuart, have you played Fallout 4?
I feel.
What's that, sorry?
Have you played Fallout 4, Stuart?
I've played a little bit of it. I've got to about level 19, and I'm now on the mission where you've got to try and follow the Freedom Trail, and I'm trying not to use the internet for any of this stuff, so I'm trying to go literally just off the top of my head, and it's confusing as shit. And I just gave up. I was like, I'm just gonna go play Call of Duty, Destiny, Halo, FIFA, Madden.
Anything that doesn't require this much thinking.
I have about 12 games on the go, so it's even worse for me. So it's a case of I play one game for a couple of hours and just go, I'm bored now. I'm gonna go play this game. I'm bored now. Play this game. Bored now. Play this game. I'm just like.
It's called ADD, and they have medicines for it.
And then I get on my and then I play on this PC, and I'll sit there for like 8 hours playing the cricket game. It's like if for something like the Xbox, I'm just like, nah, played it. But my cricket game's fine. I'll play that for like several hours. I'm just like, I just literally just go click. I'm sitting there just going click, and it's fine.
He doesn't ever need to visit the pitch. He can do it right out of his room.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've got some stumps. I've got a stump of my own. I've got a couple of balls I can interchange as well when the ball gets old.
Jesus Christ.
And when there's an umpire and you just get a six, everyone just goes, way, like that.
Who needs the real sun when you've got the one on your TV screen?
Oh, absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a lovely day here at the Oval. The Oval? No, the Oval. What do you mean? What, she's bought her... No, not her ovula, her oval.
What is going on?
Well, we're talking about cricket now, but it's really gotten...
Back to cricket, huh?
Oh, yeah. We're always talking about cricket whenever Stuart comes on, because what is with that game?
Oh, it's brilliant.
It's just not enough like baseball for me to care.
That's just way out of left field, right, Joseph?
Oh, that was a swing and a miss with me.
So, Fallout 4.
Yeah, Fallout 4.
Alex?
Talking about Fallout 4, there's actually... In Diamond City, sorry, just to cut you off, sorry. In Diamond City, there's actually, you've actually got the little baseball pitch you can run around. You can actually run around the little bit of a mini baseball pitch, and it's actually an achievement.
Yes, because, well, Diamond City is built inside of Fenway Park.
Exactly.
Oh, I get it now. I've been to Fenway Park. I live in that city. Will live again.
Yes. It won't be as torn down like it is in Fallout, but
I don't know. I mean, a lot could have changed since I left. It's been a whole 6 months.
Oh, dude, like...
although...
I was going to say something. Is that okay if I say something?
Is that okay, son? Is that okay, son?
Yeah,
Let's
I
bring
have
it
to
to a
ask my
vote.
son for approval for literally everything. So, I walked up to Tristan while he was chilling on my couch. I was like, so, you're going to play Fallout 4 where it takes place?
I was just going to tell that story, but yes. Joseph thinks it's going to be quite funny that I will be playing a virtual version of Boston while living in Boston.
And then I was like, you should be in an internet cafe within view of the ship. And then do that part of the game.
Jump on the USS Constitution while touring the USS Constitution. And then stand there and ask one of the sailors on board, say, where are the rocket engines?
You watch and he'll understand it.
On the roof.
Some power armor on the roof. Where's my Pip-Boy? I thought I was supposed to get one when I came out here.
Don't they just issue them standard? I mean, I'm in Boston.
Dog? Oh, you're not allowed dogs in here? Oh, my bad.
Come on, dog meat. Let's go. We're not wanted here.
You stay. We'll bring in Nick now. Nick? Where's Nick? Just all of a sudden, you just start swapping out family members for companions in Fallout 4. It's like, Mom, what are you doing in my game? Huh?
You guys aren't nearly as mutated as I thought mutants would be.
It's all synths.
Take yourself green and start walking around as a super mutant.
We got roaches, but I don't know if they're irradiated or not. Although I think the ones in Texas are. They're huge.
Yeah.
But no,
yes.
I keep expecting to go to an aquarium and seeing a mirelurk there, but never mind.
Oh, God.
It's a giant mirelurk.
No, they're in the
like,
sewers.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
No mirelurks here.
You just look at that and you just go, oh, Christ.
Well, let's just be going then.
All right, well, I don't like what I see here.
Oh, look at my wrist.
I don't love these.
Look at my wrist. Oh, right, yeah, sorry. Yeah, okay, I just got that. Yep, no. It's late for me, okay? My brain takes a few minutes, okay?
I don't love these.
Tristan, if I visit you in Boston at some point, I gotta bring my Pip-Boy and walk around with it.
See if anyone gets it.
So,
if you go to Boston, please have the Fallout jumpsuit with you on standby with your Pip-Boy. Yes. And just go around, you're like, man, am I too early? And they're just like, What the fuck?
I just came out of my bomb shelter.
Sean?
Is the Cold War over yet?
Is the Cold War over yet?
Put those Yankee bastards in their place. Austin, we won. Oh, right, capitalism and all that.
I was just going to say, speaking of sewers, Tristan saw
Ouch.
something on Minecraft yesterday.
He's trying to tell me I lived in a sewer.
No, not that I know of. Do you?
No,
Okay.
not that I know of.
So I showed you something in Minecraft yesterday that involved
It's
the
true.
sewer.
There were like blocks and pixels.
There's
And
sewers in Minecraft?
There are sewers in somebody's Minecraft.
Joseph's?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that big Minecraft
Yes,
project that we've been planning, and I was showing Tristan a
Yes.
big
Yes.
city, and there's sewers underneath some of the main roads, and I'm working on expanding the sewer system underneath the city, and so I logged in to show it to him, and I was in the sewer, and I just handed it off to him, and he flew around and he looked at stuff, and he walked around in the sewer.
And then I made the sewer look better because I added falling water.
Yes, I was trying to figure out how to get the falling water work, because there's actual gutters next to the roads that...
It's true. It's actually pretty impressive. He's got like drainage ditches along the roadways.
So it's going to be pretty cool.
Cool.
That's a huge project. Not a single building has been made yet, because the roads have been made. You can tell I'm sick now.
The roads have mostly been made. I didn't think they were done yet.
They're mostly made. I don't know whether there's going to be any further roads added, maybe like little side dirt roads, like coarse dirt, or maybe even gravel. But the sewers are being made underneath the main roads, and then after that, actually need to start planning out districts and neighborhoods and things. But it's actually quite a sizable project, about 3 screens worth of stuff to see.
Yeah, it does not load all the chunks at once. You're walking around the city and stuff is loading as you're walking, and then you turn around to go back and it's got to load again.
Well, don't forget to change some of those county roads into highways, otherwise we're just
Yeah,
going to
man.
be pissed.
I know.
Tristan
Can't
will
stand
become
the
quite
intersections.
upset.
It's all the Boston blood in me. I can't stand the roadways. But yeah, it's going to be pretty cool because we plan to do like a story adventure mode kind of thing there.
Yeah, it's going to be...
Stuart, how's the traffic over in Britain?
As someone who doesn't drive, public transport's at this time of year is a bit slow. The worst thing is the fact that because I don't have my own car and I see everybody on the road and everyone's just like looking so bored in the car, and I'm just like, I have my iPad. You can't do that while you're driving. I have my iPad. I'm just like, la 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 la.
I was
So
just
I don't pay any attention to the road at all. I'm just like, oh, you look bored in your car in the traffic jam.
He's cheating. He's cheating.
Puts on music, iPad out. I'm just like, nah. Look what I can do, and you can't.
No, bite me, Brit. Although I was just reading a book by Terry Pratchett a short while ago, and he was talking about how the M25 motorway around London is probably one of the worst designed roads ever. Do you think that's true?
Yes, of course, yes. Terry Pratchett.
No idea.
No,
Do you?
no. The only time I've ever been
You're
on
sitting
there,
there going, which one's the M25 again?
I know the London's toll roads are pretty bad because they charge you to go through London. So it's like, I just want to visit London. Pay us. It's like, I'm going to be buying so much merchandise and touristy stuff. It's like, pay us. It's like, oh, okay.
Well, it's give me taxes to the Queen, right?
Oh yes. Oh Philip, look at me. I'm a stamp.
I'm a stamp.
I'm a stamp.
Pulling the sheets over your head again.
Yeah.
That seems like a
absolutely.
great note
Oh
to
love.
end on and move on
Oh,
to
love.
bringing
Oh,
in
yeah.
Malachi, so that
Yes.
Stuart can go to sleep.
Just before that.
Oh, he's got
The other
some-
thing is, at some other point, and I've got to come on, we've got to talk about the t-shirts and stuff like that
Yeah.
at a time that's more suitable.
Yeah. No, that's right. You were just sending me some messages about that, and we'll talk about that when you come on. We'll talk about that before you come on because we're trying to figure some stuff out with that. Because we've got a couple people who like what we do, and we'd like to give them a way to show that off.
Sweet. Right. Well, in that case, then, thank you for having me on. Have a good night, guys.
All right.
Thanks for joining us
Cheers.
again,
Joining
Stuart.
us. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye. Can
Just
I be a
automatically
stamp
does-
next?
Hmm?
I want to be a stamp at some point.
Look at me. Tristan's a stamp.
The Trizlek stamp.
The Trizlek stamp. Add people to this call.
So who's next? Is it Malachi?
Yeah, that's as far as I understand it is. Although he's not a friend of this account.
You're not
how
a
dare
friend
he.
of us.
No,
You should add player for podcast.
It's true, he should. He was there a second ago, but he's not responding. Mm-hmm. Oh boy, there's a lot.
We still haven't really got to talk about Fallout.
No. You want to talk about it now while I try to add him?
Tell us about your experiences.
I am about the same place as Stuart said he was. I have that mission to do the Freedom Trail or Freedom Railroad, something like that. Reach Diamond City. I've joined the Brotherhood of Steel, and I've kind of explored the north part up until and gone to the middle. I haven't checked out any of the other corners yet.
I see. Big map, huh?
Yeah, it's a pretty big map with a lot of.
It's a big map.
It's a pretty big map.
Well, on that note, please welcome Malachi.
Hey, Malachi.
Who's that guy? What's going on, guys?
Hey, long time no talk.
Yeah, it's been. Actually, it's probably been months, hasn't it?
Well, I tried to get him on I think the reason I keep thinking it was on more than one episode is because wasn't there another one that you and I did, Alex? I think we had Pedro on, and I was trying to get Malachi on that same day so that it could be you, me, and Malachi talking to Pedro. But
I think wasn't that 3 podcasts ago?
Yeah, something like that. He wasn't around, so we couldn't get him. Well, now he's back. Back again.
Yep. Sorry, I can't add to the Fallout conversation at all.
Uh-oh.
I don't do Fallout.
Joe, we're gonna have to push this back another week.
I think we just need to record a special episode.
Well, I mean, you got to tell us that you explored part of the map. How's the storyline? Are you enjoying the storyline? Tell us.
The few missions that I've played of the actual main storyline have been interesting. The weapons they kind of handle the same way that they do in Fallout 3. That kind of hasn't changed.
I heard that there was a basic pistol that you build out of a pipe and some wood, and that uses that type of ammo that everybody uses.
There's a lot of pipe pistols you end up finding. Pipe pistols, pipe rifles, those are kind of the basic guns. I've kind of worked my way up to better guns now that I found based off of where I've been and the level that I'm up to.
Mm-hmm.
They changed the system so now whenever you level up, you don't get points to put into categories. You level up and you choose a perk based off of the special list that they have, and you can only get certain perks based off of what level you are in certain in the SPECIAL. I kind of like that. It kind of makes it a little more basic.
Did you just spell the word special at me?
Yes,
okay.
Because that's what it is. It's strength, perception, endurance, charisma, intelligence, agility, and luck.
Oh, okay.
Are the things that the categories that you have.
I feel like I'm doing a D20 game again.
You can't go wrong with D&D.
Yeah, and then
you can't.
And then you can find magazines that increase certain perks. They give you their own perks as well.
Is this a reading magazine? Do you read the magazine to get?
No, you don't actually have to read the magazine. You just pick up the magazine. It says, "Oh, you got this magazine. Here's the extra bonus it gives you," and you're like, "Okay, awesome."
Yes, the game doesn't require you to actually thumb through the pages of the magazine, but it is a magazine like that, like Playboy or whatever, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Why was that the example?
I don't know, because I think it's out of print now, actually.
You know more than I do.
I thought. I pay attention to these things. It's, current events.
Surprising.
I like to think it would be more like a Big Bite magazine.
All right. I like that, actually.
So
Big Bite magazine to increase their special points.
But yeah, so Fallout 4 is awesome. It would be my choice of game of the year. So yeah, I'm done.
All right.
Would you give it 2 thumbs on thumbsticks up?
I would give it 2 thumbsticks up.
2 thumbsticks way up.
That's that we're copyrighting that. 2 thumbs 6 up.
I like it. Somebody's going to sue us, but not today.
So what have you been doing then, Malachi?
Being annoyed.
Oh, really?
I'm sorry.
Yes. It seems like unless the game is super popular, getting a special edition is a pain in the butt nowadays. It's like, I was looking into getting the special edition of the new Fire Emblem game that's coming out in February.
What? I did not hear about this, but I've been not keeping up with it. I have the last Fire Emblem on the 3DS, and I still have to beat it. But I enjoyed it.
It's not even the best one out of all of them.
Well, it's the first one that I started playing, okay?
You're not good enough for Malachi.
Man, I love the old school ones the most. It's just, I didn't like, it just became a grind fest because the cross-classing with everything, it's like, oh, hey, and it didn't conceptually make good with the character. It's like, oh, hey, you have this mage character. Well, I'm going to cross-class it into now a general or a knight. It's going to be like a heavy armor user, and then there's this little petite character icon. Really?
Yeah.
Really?
His armor's bigger than he is. You just see like a set of armor on the ground, and then 2 little feet pop out of the bottom, and it starts crawling around.
Pretty
Oh,
much.
yeah, there is a character sprite like that where you just see the head and the rest of it's just all huge, gigantic armor.
So that game was interesting, but it was fun to play. But I prefer some of the older ones a lot more just because of the way the system worked on it, and it's still the same strategy game.
I mean,
you look at it.
I never played Fire Emblem, but I do remember everything that I used to hear about it from those that did. And one of the most striking things in it to me, having at the time been more of a fan of Nintendo than I currently am, was unlike any other game, was the fact that your choices have permanent consequences. So if you go into battle with this guy or that guy, and they end up dying in that combat, it's not just, he was unconscious and you have to go revive him or heal him, or, he'll heal up after battle. No, he's gone. He's no longer in the story, and you're boned.
It's not even that. The way that you acquire characters was really fun, too. Because
you could go through the whole game without picking some people up.
Or you killed them.
Oh. Instead of making them an ally?
A lot of times they're on enemy teams, and you see them, and you're like, hey, that guy has... It's kind of funny, because it's the only character out of all of them, the boss, that has a unique icon. You're like, hey, that person has a face. That means I can get him.
And try.
But actually, it's really fun, too, because sometimes, based on the way the character looks and where you are in the story, you can kind of get... It doesn't give you, like, blatantly... It sometimes hints to the character if it's, like, really odd-looking. But, like, there are sometimes, like, I don't know if it was a brother or sister of one of the characters, and I'm like, that person looks like one of my other characters. And I walked up to him and had his, like, relative talk to him. He's like, oh, hey, yeah, I'll come join you. Sure.
Oh, hey, that's my brother. I'm going to kill him. Hang on.
That's my uncle.
That's my uncle.
So, yeah, but the only reason why I really want the special edition is because you get all 3 of the things that they're releasing in one cartridge. Because, I don't know, I hate that they do that, because I feel like a lot of games nowadays are losing content. It's more, and they're just taking, like, the everything you would work for in a game and just putting it as DLC. It's like this cool thing you could strive to achieve. We're just gonna take it out and you can just buy it. And
as in pay to win, or just like releasing a half a game and making you buy the rest of the game?
Yeah, pretty much.
Like that one game that made you buy the ending.
Because when they first talked about Fates, and I heard the stuff about the trailer, I thought it was going to be epic, because the way the story begins is you are raised by a certain family that's by a royal family, and they're on conquest and they're taking over these areas, and one of the places they try to take over is where you were born from. So in a point in the story, you either choose to stay with your family that raised you, or you go with your bloodline and help them save or stop the conquest. And so you're met with that choice. And they said the conquest one was going to be harder than the birthright one, which would be more of a traditional Fire Emblem. And it was just like, once they said the games were separate, I was just like, my heart sunk, because I was like, I wanted to get to that point and be able to choose. It would give me another reason to make another save file, you know?
Yeah.
Type.
Don't make fun of me. I typed the
Oh,
thing.
it's Stuart's over in Britain. Tippity tip.
But
So
yeah,
that's what I've been interested in, and that's what I was looking forward to. That was coming out soon, and also Xenoblade Chronicles X is coming out in like 6 days. No, 10 days, about 10 days ish.
All these games coming out.
Yeah. That one looked good, but I'm a little wary on the battle system because I didn't know. Because when I watched one video, it looked a little, I don't know, it didn't seem fluid, but a lot of the game mechanics they were implementing looked really fun. So that's another one I was looking for. But yeah.
But right now, you're just annoyed.
Yes, because I can't get my special edition because it's 3 months out and all places are already sold out.
I guess it's more popular than you realized.
Yeah, apparently.
If everybody else beat you to it, I guess it's like secret popular.
Secret popular.
Oh, Smash Brothers probably brought a little more light into it, and also Awakening, which Alex had, that probably brought more attention to Fire Emblem. People are like, oh, hey, what's this game that is newly out? It's like, it's been out.
Secret popular.
Decades of Fire Emblem that nobody paid attention to.
Yeah, the game that Roy was in, that's in Smash Brothers, that character never came to the U.S. And Marth. Actually, I forget what game Marth originally was in that they just ported recently over. I don't remember, but yeah, the original one that Marth was in also was not here in the U.S.
I like how you're talking and we're typing.
He has to at least keep up the illusion that we're paying attention.
Yeah.
No, I'm listening. It's entertaining to listen to.
His voice is just so soothing.
It is. I like Malachi's voice. But Malachi knows me that he's always trying to tell me stuff and I'm always typing to somebody else at the time. How many years of that have you put up with?
Hey, Malachi.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're going to upload a video after we're done live streaming today. I was uploading it earlier today and Tristan saw it, but it was taking so long to upload that I had to stop it so I could live stream because my internet's bad.
Oh, man.
It's not like, Alex
oh, yeah, your
bad,
internet's bad.
It's been 3 hours and it didn't finish uploading?
No, it was halfway done.
Oh my god.
But it's a, 7 to 8 minute video, and it's just highlights from the P4 stream, which is a few days ago Tristan and I were streaming, playing on Tristan's Minecraft server. And we were building on the monastery, which I don't know whether you've seen the monastery or not.
No, I don't think I have.
So you should find the secret railroad underneath my castle. You can find it from
Freedom
the not
Trail.
secret railroad. The entrance to the secret railroad is next to the not so secret railroad under my castle. What are you doing? You're trying to light your cigarettes?
Oh,
It's not me.
But I just thought you'd be interested to see the video when it's uploaded because it is something that we are doing on Tristan's server.
Hey,
You're back on that more because I was scarce to see anyone for a while.
yeah, and then we had James all of a sudden.
I know that's a freak accident.
I'll get him on more. I have a question that kind of relates to the content in that video. Malachi, do you remember the server that was up before the current iteration of the server?
Yes.
The old server with the old set of people who stopped showing up?
Yes.
Do you remember the pumpkin incident?
with Sarah, right? No,
Yeah, it was Sarah.
We were terrible. You guys were terrible. It's like just putting posts. It's like they're growing here, and she's just like, honest to God, believed that the pumpkins were randomly growing inside of her house.
That story is in the video.
It's a teaser. It's a teaser for the content that's going to be showing up later.
Yeah, so you should watch it because the whole story unabridged is in the video.
It's true.
Type.
Is it chicken? Is it chickens growing in Tristan's place?
Oh god.
Oh, you guys missed that. A little fun thing I did to Tristan one day is we were working on Baradur.
Birder.
It was basically going to be the tower from similar to Tower in the Lord of the Rings that was
with the eye of Sauron on top.
Yeah, so we were working on that, and I got the bright idea. Tristan was expressing his hatred for chickens, so when he was up
killing
top,
chickens, man.
No, he was up top doing some stuff. So I brought like a full entire inventory of eggs, and just busted them all onto the floor where we had all our supplies and our beds and everything. And he walked out into us. What the? What's going on?
It was such a jerk move. I was up in the sky because this tower that he and I were building, each floor was what 3, 4, 5 blocks tall, and I was probably 100 floors up.
Yeah,
up in the sky, building away, just toiling away, making bricks and building. And I come down to sleep, and it's just chickens everywhere, all in this tiny enclosed space that we were working out of.
15 minutes to kill all of them.
Oh my god!
and so now when Tristan does it, just brings back the haunting memories.
and so we started on some of the floors. We were trying to make it interesting. We would do interesting patterns in the floor with the bricks using different materials. And we had like wood floors where we used different types of wood. I did like a Triforce, and he did like a cool shape, and then we did other cool patterns. And all of a sudden, I get to like floor 50, and there's just a giant chicken made out of wood in the floor. And then, lo and behold, a couple days later, that floor is loaded up with chickens too. This all came about because I would go by my pen for the chickens, and they would always find ways to clip through the fence around it.
It wasn't even that. Also, people kept blowing up the side of your fence, and your chickens would get out.
Yeah, it was like Sarah did it, fucking Noah did it by accident, Malachi probably did it once or twice, even I did it a couple times, and then Josh came and blew up. Every time, some creeper would go off, and there would go the wall of my chicken coop, and there would be 500 chickens milling about. Every time I'd be like, no, rebuild the wall. Nah, chickens always escaped.
But
it was my eternal curse on that server, and Malachi wouldn't let me forget it. All right, I think we're getting to the end here. We've had we've hit everybody who's called me up to be added to the call. We talked to Pedro, Andres Escalante. We talked to Mass Halo Gear Stuart, and we talked to Malachi himself. We had some fun. We do this every month, once a month, the last Wednesday of every month, right, Joseph?
That is correct.
We will be live streaming here on Twitch at J Dunlap Media. And we hope that you will join us in the future if you enjoyed this.
And at some point, we'll talk about Fallout 4.
At some point.
We did talk about Fallout 4.
We did. Yeah, we gave it some...
We didn't really discuss it. You had me kind of explain the concepts of Fallout 4.
That's not good enough.
You can't really discuss Fallout 4 unless there's people together who have played Fallout 4.
Maybe, that wasn't my doing.
Maybe I'll have played Fallout 4 by next podcast. I don't know. I've got some stuff going on between here and there, so I doubt it. But at some point, I'll play Fallout 4, and then you and I can talk about it.
Okay.
Have you finished Halo yet?
Yeah.
Well, go finish Halo. Then maybe you and I can talk about that.
I've played some Halo, I've played Fallout 4, I've played some Rise of the Tomb Raider. I just keep switching around between them.
So all of us have more work that we have to do. We're not doing a good enough job at our gaming job. Anyway, that's it for this week's episode. Please join us again next week. It will not be a live stream, but we post videos of our weekly podcast we shoot for Friday, but sometimes it's
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
It's come out on Monday once or twice. Look for it over the weekend.
It will be on youtube.com/c/player4podcast, soundcloud.com/player4podcast, and then facebook.com/player4podcast, and guess what? Twitter.com/player4podcast, or you can find us on
we have a
iTunes.
New location? There it is. That's what I was going to hit.
And before we head out,
or the Player 4 podcast group.
Yes.
On Rooster Teeth.
There is a group on Rooster Teeth. Before we head out, I would like to pose the community question that we will have from now on. And the question for this week is, what is your favorite Fallout 4 weapon? If you haven't played Fallout 4, And the question is, what is your favorite weapon you've ever used in any video game? And to answer that,
I like this.
Simply comment on the video if it's on YouTube. Comment on SoundCloud if you're on SoundCloud. If you're on iTunes, then just come find us on Twitter or Facebook, because we will be asking the question later on in the day of when this episode comes out. Tell us what your favorite weapon is in Fallout 4 or any video game for that matter, and we look forward to hearing from you, and we will read the answers that we liked the most on next week's episode. Come back next week. You'll hear us talk to Shoban of... what is the name of his radio show?
Friday Night Flash.
Friday Night Flash. And he plays Flash before it, and it's awesome. Flash! Oh! And with that, it's time for us to say goodnight.
Isn't that supposed to be Shaft?
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
No, that wasn't Shaft. That was Flash Gordon.
Yeah.
Sorry,
you were thinking, he's one
just
bad
Shaft.
mother. Hush your mouth, church.
Good night, everybody.